So I did some digging around and I found out that there are a lot of questions that people ask on Google about GoPro. So I found the top 100 questions and we are gonna pick them at random and see what we get.
Mr. Black.
By the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black, and if you are new here, don't be a stranger. Click that button right there. Links to everything will be down in the description. Plus, I have some coupon codes for those good old GoPro accessories, so do check that out down there. And also a surprise link. What can it be? Plus, I'll tell you my biggest question that I get in the comments, which is, where do I get my music? Yep, that's right. This video is sponsored by Artlist. I actually use Artlist all the time and I highly recommend it. But I'll save that ad for the end of the video, and just in case you duck out a little early, do consider clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment, especially if you have a GoPro and you're making movies with it and you want some copyright-free music. Artlist is the best. Okay, on with the show. Now let's just call this a mini series on this channel. This will be part 1 because yeah, 100 questions. There's no way we're gonna get through it all in one video. And if you wanna get notified when I release part 2, make sure you ding the bell and you'll get notified. And if you have your own GoPro related question, leave it down in the comments below this video. And on part 2, I'll actually pick one of your random comments and see if I can answer that question. All right. So let's just pretend like this says question instead of name. Here we go. Will GoPro make another drone? Wow, we're gonna start heavy. So if you didn't know, GoPro attempted to make a drone called the Karma. When I say attempted, they actually did it. I saw it in person when it first launched, and I thought it was awesome. It was right before like the Mavic came out, so no one has seen a folding drone up to this point. It was a cool combination between a drone, but also you get a detachable gimbal for your GoPro, and then you use your GoPro as the camera, which is actually pretty smart because let's face it, a lot of these GoPros are better than like the cameras that are on those drones. But they had some backlash because they had some problems. They were just like taking off and not coming back. I would assume that they have no plans to get back in the drone game. But then they did just release that GoPro Bones for FPV drones. There's a lot of rhyming or something going on. I don't know what's going on here, but where to buy? You can click the link in the description and buy it from their website, and that way you can get the subscription and save like $200 or something like that. And when I say subscription, you're thinking, oh, I gotta pay money. It's kind of reverse. You get a free subscription and you save a lot of money, and you get also deals off of their accessories and replacements and stuff like that. So that's my suggestion on where to buy. Okay, here we go. Number 8. Is GoPro for kids? Now, when you're saying kids, I mean, kids could mean a lot of different age groups. So, I mean, they're built tough. That's the cool thing. So when I was a kid, I used to love playing with my dad's cameras, and those things were delicate. You know, you drop them and you're grounded for life. These things you can drop, it'll be okay, especially if you got that subscription and you're covered. So if you wanted to encourage some kids to get creative, making movies and stuff like that, GoPro would be a good way to do that. All right, here we go. Next one. Where to put the SD card. A lot of people don't know a lot about GoPro stuff. So if you're new to the GoPro world here we go. Over here on the side, there is a little battery door, and we're gonna put our fingernails in and go down and out. And if you want to, you can twist and undo the battery door right there. Take the battery out, it's easier to get access to that SD card. Now, obviously, when you get a GoPro, there's no SD card in there, so you take your SD card and you just pop it in at this angle, and then you push down, and then it kind of snaps in place. Now, to get it out, you just push it down again, and it pops out, and then boom, easy. Number 5. Why does GoPro not use normal 1/4-inch tripod mount? Now, this is a common question because, you know, GoPro mounts at the bottom, they are like this. They're basically called action camera mounts at this point. And obviously there's no screw thread at the bottom. I mean, Telesin does make one. They do have the GoPro mount, but they also have a 1/4-inch screw thread. So like if you have a tripod mount like this, you could easily put it on. Now, why they do that? I'm imagining 2 things, okay? One is, you know, because these things can get hot if you're running them really, you know, hard. This will help dissipate some of that heat. When it's closed, you're gonna trap some of that heat in there, because I do notice when I run this thing hard to make it overheat, this part gets the hottest. But also when you're spinning a 1/4 thread on like this, you know, it's on there, which is great. Now, if you're doing something with action like snowboarding or whatever, and you kind of clip the side of it, it can come undone. It's not as secure as an action mount. That's not gonna turn, that's not gonna wobble. It's on there tight. So I think that they do that so that it doesn't come off, especially using it for what it's designed for, which is, you know, action. All right, ready for the next one. Why can't I connect to Wi-Fi? So if you're using the 10, you can actually go into your settings and you can scroll over to connections, and you make sure you turn your wireless connections on. And you also might need to set your Wi-Fi band on 2.4 gigahertz or 5, depending on what Wi-Fi you're connected on. I keep mine on 5. Now, for some reason, if you're still having trouble with it, I'm just gonna tell you what the IT people would tell you.
Hello, IT, have you tried turning it off and on again?
How to connect GoPro to HDMI. Man, they were all going so easy, and then this one popped on. Okay, let's start with the earlier GoPros. You know, you have the 3 Plus, and then we go up to like 5, 6, 7, 8. Those all have HDMI outputs built into them. Now, something I would recommend is a micro HDMI to an HDMI, and that will easily plug into your GoPro. And these things are great because that's all you need to do is just plug them in. Now, the 9 and the 10, it gets a little bit interesting because you need to get the media mod. With the media mod up here at the top, you can actually see there it is, the HDMI out. So you plug in that micro HDMI port out, and I have that little adapter. And now it gets a bit tricky after that because when you plug in your HDMI to a TV or something like that, it should show up like this. It says HDMI connected, and this is also something new. I didn't know this, but they've changed this since before. It was a lot harder. It tells you how to do it on the screen. So you press mode to cycle through the options, and then you press the shutter to make the selection, and you can actually swipe around on the screen to navigate. So now we actually see the screen, which is great. Hello, hello, look at that. If we want to make a selection, we hit the mode button here. And so it kind of shows you down at the bottom. It kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. So now if we're recording right now, because I didn't have any files on there, and we can swipe our finger across, and we want to see the video that we just did. So we click the gallery. But that's new though, because they didn't used to show you anything on the screen, which made a lot of people just not know what to do when they plugged it in through HDMI. So good job, GoPro, for adding that in there and not telling anyone you did. Will GoPro work without battery? Yes. All right, I'm gonna use the Volta, for example. So take the battery out. I'm gonna plug the Volta in, and you can do this with any power bank or just plug it into the wall. And I'm gonna turn this thing on. And there we go. So it will say up at the top, no battery. You'll see that there's no battery in there. So it works without a battery. Here we go. Hopefully this is another easy one. Are GoPro batteries lithium? Well, let's have a look at the actual battery. Lithium ion. Don't throw these in the trash. Recycle these. Last one. Let's do one more here. What GoPro do I have? All right. If you don't know what your GoPro is, look at it. It should tell you. Even this one tells you. It doesn't say here on all of them. Sometimes it just tells you if it's a 7. It'll tell you if it's a 9. And all the way up to where we are now, 10. So that's what GoPro you have. And now, because I didn't put any mid-roll ads for this so you could just watch it all the way through, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Artlist. Where do you get your music? Where do you get your music? Where do you get your music? I get that question all the time on this channel, and I'm happy to tell you that I get it from Artlist. I've been creating videos for a very long time, and one of the biggest struggles is finding good music that won't be outdated and also won't get you a copyright strike. And ever since I've been with Artlist, I've just found that I have so much more time to be more productive creating content, and Artlist makes it super easy to search by genre, theme, mood, instruments, and more. And they also have a lot of sound effects, which I use all the time, just so easy to find and download. So whether you're a content creator or you run a business needing some really good background music, I highly recommend Artlist. The music is just high quality, and they're coming out with new songs all the time. And hey, Artlist is a big supporter of the channel and helping it grow, so please do me a favor, click the link in the description or in the pinned comment, and you can check it out and see which package is right for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you found it helpful. Maybe you didn't, but I will keep these coming out, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time.
Mr. Black.
Can we call you Uncle Blackie?
No,